The front right arm is bent and it's really difficult to drive like that without power steering. Can't do much with the car. I'm going to see what I can do now. Maybe I can make a plan and carry on with the race, hope so. But if not, that's how it goes.
Midway through the first loop and a change of leader, Makhekenene and Sally had got by the Nissans and were steadily opening the gap. Grobler and Leek were the new production vehicle leaders in the Nissan Hardbody and were closely followed by Dawson Rutherford in the Nashua Mobile Raceco. Next up were early pace setters De Villiers and Jordan in the Nissan Hardbody. They had been delayed by a puncture. Still leading Class D and third in the production vehicle category were Foss and Griffiths in the Nissan Hardbody. O'Hagan's Kopenhagen Hotel 500 winners Lawrence and Gerard Duplessis had moved up from 26th to 6th on the road after a storming drive in the Mobile Gymco. Ford racing pair Woolridge and Skolthammer got lost while leading and now had to be content with 4th overall in the production vehicle category and were being chased by Terence Marsh and Trevor Ayer in the Nashua Mobile Gymco, who were 3rd in Class A. John Moore and Fred Werner started 36th in the ex-Chepek Championship winning Chenoweth and had moved up to 5th overall in the special vehicle category. They had Reineke and Houghton in the Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser in close pursuit. The Bankman Off-Road Championship presented by 115-kilometer loop of the Toyota Dealer 400. Atang Makhekenene and Alex Sally were still in command at the head of the field. The Sam Racing Gymco performing faultlessly. Toyota 1000 Desert Race winners Hannes Grobler and Richard Leek were still the overall production vehicle leaders, but by a slim margin over their Nissan teammates De Villiers and Jordan, who won the Nissan Sugarbelt 400 and the O'Hagan's Kopenhagen Hotel 500 earlier in the season. Greg Dowse and Archie Rutherford had a comfortable lead in Class S and were still in contention for overall victory in the special vehicle category in the VW Type 4 powered Nashua Mobile Raceco. There was just no catching Class D leaders Foss and Griffiths in the Nissan Hardbody. They had started 8th and were now 5th on the road. Corbett and Moore kept the pressure on the Nissan but would later be slowed by mechanical problems on the Century Property Development's Isuzu. The Duplessis brothers were not the only family members competing in the event. Their parents, Gert and Lucille, have a combined age of 113 years and were entered in Class A in a mobile Chenoweth. Neil Woolridge won the Sun City 400 in a Nissan Sani in 1996, but the odds of he and Skolthammer pulling off a win this time around looked rather slim. The French-built Ford Racing Ranger just did not have the speed to match the Nissans. Marsh and Ayer have finished 3 out of 4 events run to date, with their best finish a 3rd in Class A at the Barbaspan 500. They trail Special Vehicle Championship leaders Greg Harvey and Boy Stone by 42 points. R.B. Reineke and Robin Houghton picked up 2 punctures in the first 50 kilometers of the race, which cost them dearly. At the end of lap 1, the Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser pair were over 11 minutes behind the leaders. Niels and Zelda van der Walt had taken over the Class E lead in the diesel-powered Nissan Hardbody, but almost got themselves stuck when they tried to take another route through the riverbed. Hichu and Jaap de Bruin and Kasikutsi and Oki Fourie, both crews in Castrol Toyotas, had also overtaken early Class E leaders Schroeder and Peckham. Billy Bond and Anton Lombard lost valuable time when they wrong-started in the Prolong Raceco, almost dropping a place to Class F leaders Frank and Darlene de Greef in the Toyota Hilux. Class B leaders Marcus Taylor and Mark Deschalaine in the Truck Time JRE are tied for third place in the Special Vehicle Championship with reigning Class B champion Giel Nel. But then disaster struck for Schroeder and Peckham. Newcomers Nick Gosler and Glenn Stain in the O'Hagan's Kopanong Hotel Super Team Raceco found the route temporarily blocked, while Schroeder and Peckham tried to figure out a way to get the Ford Racing Ranger back onto its wheels. The vehicle would remain on its roof for the rest of the race and later be lifted out of the gorge by a large front-end loader.
Route's very good. You guys didn't get to the end, just before the end, I guess, pretty rough. How is it?
There were already some notable retirements.
How much bad luck one person can have. I mean, we were going so well this morning, and then a small rock or a piece of stick or something must have stuck out somewhere and just punctured the sump, and the oil ran out and we cooked the motor. I don't know. Next time.
We are doing quite well. We had the lacquer dice, and then the pivot on the center pivot on the clutch fork just broke off, and the fork went inside, no clutch. Never seen it before, never happened before. So if it's not one thing, it's another.
The Moffat Brothers McCarthy Land Rover looked a little the worse for wear.
No, we rolled the thing. Down the corner. Put it on the side. Too fast, too soon, yeah.
You want to carry on?
No, I can't carry on. It's doors don't want to close. We can't get it closed, and we've got no goggles. So we're not going to ride motorbike today.
No, you're not riding motorbike.
Canada today. Last Land Rover, last race. It's our turn this one.
There were also problems for Class D challengers Piet Haasbroek and Christo Bosch in the Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser.
Die bak het gemis, ons regulator van die fuel injection het geestig en ons de shock af.
Gaan je aan?
Ja nee, ons bietjie tyd gemors maar ons gaan.
There was drama at a manned road crossing. A member of the public collided with John Moore's Connex Chenoweth, with both vehicles sustaining significant damage.
Well, we came up to the road, the policeman directed us through, and before we knew it, the lady obviously didn't see the bloody policeman or whatever. She was only looking on her side of the road, and so be it, eh?
Top 10 placings after lap 1. Makhekenene and Sally led overall from production vehicle leaders De Villiers and Jordan. Dowson Rutherford led Class S and Fasten Griffiths led Class D. Makhekenene and Sally were still in control at the front of the field in the Sam Racing Jimco. The Botswana businessman has developed into a major threat in only his second season as a driver. De Villiers and Jordan were increasing their lead on the rest of the production vehicle field in the V6-powered Nissan Hardbody. The former Bankfin touring car champion has few equals when it comes to fast, stylish driving. His teammates Hannes Grobler and Richard Leek were chasing hard. Ford racing pair Neil Woolridge and Kenny Skolthammer had moved up to third overall in the production vehicle category and were 10 minutes behind the leaders. Terence Marsh and Trevor Ayer were now second overall in the special vehicle category in the Nashua Mobile Jimco. Fasten Griffiths continued their dominance of Class D in the Nissan Hardbody, which so far had not missed a beat. O'Hagan's Kopanong Hotel 500 winners Lawrence and Gerard Duplessis had moved up to third in the special vehicle category in the supercharged Porsche-powered Mobile Jimco. Local traffic stumbled onto the route just as Class S leaders Dowson Rutherford emerged on the scene. The Nashua Mobile Raceco was looking a little the worse for wear, and they were experiencing brake problems. Arpi Reineke and Robin Houghton had clawed their way back up the leaderboard after encountering some problems on the Castrol Toyota Land Cruiser. Special Vehicle Championship leaders Greg Harvey and Boy Stone rounded out the top 10 in the Castrol Queen Motor Spares Jimco. Marius and Tracy van Vieren were having a solid run in the Alberante Autospray Land Rover and were lying second in Class D. The husband and wife pair had been consistent performers this season. Class E belonged to another husband and wife combination, Niels and Zelda van der Walt in the Nissan Hardbody, but not for long. They were under pressure from Hugo and Jaap de Bruin in the accident-damaged Castrol Toyota Hilux and sportingly moved over to allow the father and son duo to overtake. On board with Kasi Kutsia, who was well on his way to recovery after being injured in the stone-throwing incident on the last event. He and Oki Fourie were third in Class E in the Castrol Toyota Condor, but would later retire with a broken radiator. John Ware-Smith and Jeff Minott had moved up from last place to 11th overall in the O'Hagan's Kopanong Hotel Super Team Jimco. There were problems for another husband and wife duo and Class F leaders Frank and Darlene de Greef in the Toyota Hilux. Hill Nell in the Look Africa Truggy was lying second in Class B behind leaders Marcus Taylor and Mark Deschalain.
Rear wheel adapter broke off. The thread stripped out of the hub. So you're gonna fix it? I want to have a bash at it. First pick it up and get it on something that I can level it, and then we'll try.
New overall leaders.